For 20 years, Adak prayed. For 20 years, she waited. Each sunrise brought new hope. Each sunset left her with despair. She had tried everything: herbs from the village healer, sacrifices at the shrine, fasting, and even the secret remedies whispered from mother to daughter. Still, her womb remained empty. In her village of Nkata, childlessness was seen as a curse. Women who bore no children were whispered about, mocked, and sometimes even abandoned by their husbands. Aduko's husband, Obinna, was different. Though the elders advised him to take another wife, he remained loyal. One fateful night, broken by years of pain, Adaku made a desperate choice. She stripped herself of every cloth and stepped into the heart of the forest. Under the full moon, with tears streaming down her face, she fell to her knees. Spirits of the land, ancestors of my people, give me a child. Any child, no matter how, no matter what it takes. Just bless my womb. Her cries pierced the silence of the night. The wind howled, the trees whispered, and in that moment, something unseen shifted in the spirit world. Not long after, Adaku's body changed. Morning sickness, cravings, the swelling of her belly. She was with a child. The village erupted in celebration when she gave birth to a baby girl, whom she named Chizoba. For 4 days, friends and family feasted, danced, and sang. The night air was filled with the scent of roasted meat, spicy jollof rice, and palm wine. Even the village elders who once doubted her came to bless the child. But when the last guests left and silence returned to their home, the true mystery began. That night, alone with her baby, Adak hummed a lullaby, rocking Chizoba gently. Suddenly, the child stopped moving. Fear gripped Adaku's heart. Then, before her very eyes, the baby grew. Within seconds, Chizoba was no longer a new baby, but a fully grown girl sitting on the mat, staring at her mother with deep, knowing eyes. Adak screamed. Darkness swallowed her as she fainted. When she awoke, her body drenched in sweat, she turned to see Chizoba once again, a baby, calling softly. Had she imagined it? Was she losing her mind? She ran out of the house, calling for help. When the villagers arrived, the baby lay peacefully in her crib. No one believed Adaku. They murmured that the years of childlessness had driven her mad. But the transformation continued again and again. Every night, Chizoba would become a woman. Every morning, she would return to a child. The villagers called Adaku cursed. Even her husband began to doubt her. One night, when the change happened again, Adak did not scream. She did not run. She gathered her courage, looked at her daughter, and said, "Who are you?" Chizoba's voice was calm but powerful. "I am the spirit of a woman wronged. Many years ago, this village killed me because I bore no children. They called me barren. They mocked me, beat me, and in their hatred, they threw me to the river to die." Adak shivered. The air in the room was heavy with sorrow. "I have returned," Chizoba continued, "to bring justice. No woman shall suffer as I did. No more mocking, no more killings. The village will pay." Adaku's heart pounded. She knew the villagers would not listen to her if she warned them. But she also knew the spirit never spoke in vain. As the night passed, strange things happened in Nkata. Women who once ridiculed Adak found their tongue swollen, unable to speak. Men who had abandoned their wives woke up blind. Even the chief's wife, who had once led a group to humiliate a barren woman, fell ill with an unknown sickness. Fear spread like wildfire. The villagers sought answers, and the diviners confirmed their worst fears. The gods were angry. The curse is upon us. The chief admitted, only the mother of the spirit child holds the key. The entire village gathered at Adugo's doorstep, pleading. That night, Chizoba told her mother what must be done. At sunrise, the villagers must gather at the river. They must offer sacrifices, cleanse the land, and vow never to harm a childless woman again. The next day, they obeyed. They poured palm wine into the river, slaughtered a white goat, and called upon the gods for mercy. But after the rituals were complete, Chizoba looked at her mother one last time, smiled, and collapsed. When Adak rushed to her side, her daughter was gone. She wept, holding the lifeless body of the child she had longed for. Though her heart was broken, Adak was no longer the scorned woman of before. The village had changed. Women who could not bear children were no longer mocked. The cruelty of past was buried with Chizoba. And then, as if the gods had not forgotten her pain, Adaku's womb cookied once more. In time, she bore not one, but 5 more children. She never forgot Chizoba, the daughter who came from the spirit world to change a village forever. And so, whenever the moon shone brightly over Nkata, the villagers would gather by the river to tell her story, to remember the woman who suffered and the child who brought justice. For justice, like the spirits, never truly sleeps.